Hello everyone, today we will talk about the transit of Mercury. Transiting Mercury is in square to natal Venus. How transiting Mercury in a square with natal Venus will behave depends on the position of natal Venus. This transit may be more prominent in your life if you already have planets in aspect with your natal Venus. But the basics are as follows. When transiting Mercury squares your natal Venus, there is friction between the way you think and the partnerships you have, between the need to articulate and the need to connect. No, although communication now becomes the focal point of your relationships, this period often brings misunderstandings or tensions in romantic endeavors, because the feelings do not match the words spoken. Words want to keep the peace, but the truth presses to be told, to be named without polishing it, and for kindness to stand with precision. Individuals, on the other hand, will feel that they are riding on the values of optimism and contentment. But under the radar, there are subtle signs that all is not well in some personal relationships. So instead of seeing this as just a challenging phase, consider it an invitation to explore deeper emotional truths through communication, because communication and diplomacy now will help avoid bigger relationship problems in the future. Use this time to clarify what you value in your relationships and openly discuss any frustrations or desires that may have been floating beneath the surface. No, although Mercury and Venus work well together in communication, the same square will make you speak different languages, even with people who usually understand you. Your brain wants to be logical and clear, but your partnerships keep getting in the way of your plan, making it difficult for you to say what you really mean. Either way, you would feel the price of that tension in the conversation. And not because you want to fight, but because you prefer accuracy over kindness. You speak before checking to see if the words fall the way you intended, and then watch the conversational relationship change. Friction then surfaces in small but charged exchanges, as a word is carefully chosen, a preference expressed and returned, a moment where tact and sincerity reach for the same sentence, but also stumble. Alternatively, it would be a good idea to tone down what you really mean in order to save the mood, and then not berate the other person for not understanding your true position. Such acknowledgement and resolution of dissonance creates opportunities for healing and renewal within one's relationships. As we have already stated, when tense Mercury squares natal Venus, Mercury will always demand precision, logic, and directness. Because of his attitude, he will expose the confusion about what you really want versus what sounds good. So it will sharpen the gap between what you want to say and what you want to protect. Conversations will revolve around small words that mean a lot, whether it's a compliment that falls sideways or a request wrapped in a joke. Naming what you really need, without excuses or pretending, will allow real closeness to replace polite distance. Expect debates about taste versus function, presentation versus substance. If feedback bites, slow down the exchange, translate aesthetics into criteria, and let clarity guide the compromise. When you manage to do this, Mercury and Venus stop fighting and start informing each other. During this period, the boundary between independent thinking and joint thinking disappears. Individuals will notice patterns in how they have kept certain thoughts secret or adopted their partner's viewpoints without questioning them. The square asks you to think relationally, to allow others to think with you, and to notice where your own beliefs have gone unexamined. Which is not a frivolous business, but the difference between partnerships that reflect your own assumptions and one that actually changes you. So listen as much as you speak. With Mercury squared, there is a temptation to dominate conversations, and balance is key. Make sure you're willing to hear other people's points of view and avoid indecision, as Mercury will lead to overthinking, which in turn causes indecision, especially in relationships, and in the end, not every disagreement has to be an immediate battle. Use Mercury's diplomatic energy to find compromises that respect the needs and desires of both parties, and to be able to embrace friction, rather than allowing discord to fester. Use it for growth by turning unresolved issues into productive dialogue.